Ladies and gentlemen, this is Moses Correa coming to you, and today I want to talk to you about some mobility drills. In this case, some bridging variations that can open up your posterior and anterior chain and stretch out some important things like your ankles and other stuff, keeping them flexible so you can get better strength training and conditioning workouts. So, the bridge is an exercise that's often looked at as wimpy. Unfortunately, that's really not the case. The bridge is a useful exercise for bodyweight strength training and for mobility, as I stated earlier. So we're going to go through 3 different bridging variations for you to open up your hips, hip flexors, fire the glutes, and open up your posterior and anterior chains. Your first one we're going to do is your basic bridge, where you're lying flat on the ground, with your weight on your trapezius muscles, and you're flat on the ground, arms up, palms up. So what I want you to do is put your legs together to activate your inner core as much as you can, and if you can, stick a foam roller between your legs. Then we're simply going to press your feet down into the floor, keeping your rib cage down and in line with you. Lift up your hips as high as you can and squeeze your glutes on the top. So one more time, we're pressed, squeezing, activating the glutes, and lowering down. Now that's also can be used with a barbell loaded as a hip thruster, just an intense glute exercise that will strengthen those up and help your deadlifts and other movements. Your second set can be a shoulder opener, and it's another progression into it. We're going to stick your hands flat on the floor, facing towards you, packing your shoulders and feet together. We're going to press your feet down into the floor, lift your hips up, and squeezing your glutes on top again. Now that one's an awesome shoulder girdle and shoulder complex stretch. It'll stretch out your biceps, your chest, your anterior deltoid, your forearms, and it's going to work on wrist mobility a little bit for you. Now, if you have trouble with wrist mobility, you can't get your hands flat on the ground, consult my video on wrist mobility. Now, your third set is your what I like to call the high bridge, and this is to me is the ultimate stretch and strength move. So what we're going to do is simply lay flat on the floor, put your hands behind you, and you can see why we want to go through those other steps first, not only to develop the necessary strength, but we need a lot of wrist mobility to get your hands flat on the ground with this one. We're going to press your feet down into the floor, and your hands bring yourself up, and your head goes back with your shoulders packed. So you're basically pushing away with both arms. So now, in order to increase this, so we get there, and again, it's a great stretch, it's a great opener, hip flexors and such. It saves a lot of time and can be done just about anywhere. We're going to move it down a little bit and do a little tiny shoulder press just to make this a little bit more like a rainbow. Excuse me, on a carpet here. Press up, do your shoulder press down, walk down a little bit, and lock your elbows. Now, we can do that until you can get to a full range of motion on your bridge, and then from there, we can work it single arm, single leg, and develop more strength and mobility, and that's how he likes them. So, enjoy those mobility drills, and let's be mobile, let's be flexible.